More to marketing.
Welcome to More to Marketing, the podcast that explores marketing, product, and business. I'm your host, Susan Walsh, and today I wanted to look into a different type of advertising. I wanted to actually understand a bit more about the Titanic, a bit more about what they did to attract people, and how it actually worked to influence those wealthy people to want to pay a ticket on the Titanic. What brands actually thrived in that era. I was just really fascinated about this, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a research piece on it. So a bit of a different podcast, won't be too long either. But I suppose for me, that setting the stage of this, that the Titanic wasn't just a ship; it was that floating symbol of pure luxury and innovation. It had spa baths and all those kind of amazing, like those beautiful plunging pools and ballrooms and all this elegance that comes with it. On board with some of the most wealthiest people of the time, creating an ideal audience for advertisers, targeting those really affluent customers and consumers. From premium services to unique amenities, the Titanic reflected early 20th century consumer trends. So what type of products and services were advertised for the Titanic? So the Titanic's advertising materials highlighted a range of different products and services when you look into it. So you've got the culinary delights. So the ship's dining options were a major selling point. Their ads boasted of French a la carte restaurants and modern facilities like Turkish baths. Then you've got the luxury amenities. So passengers were drawn to features like the ship's swimming pool, gymnasium, even elevators, all cutting edge luxury at that time. Hard to imagine that, isn't it? An elevator is a luxury. Travel and lifestyle products themselves were also advertised to the Titanic passengers, and targeting them like fine luggage, so you look the part, tailored clothing so that you had the right different attire to wear for the different occasions. And exclusive perfumes were likely among the items promoted to those Titanic passengers. Now, there are brands with legacies that did touch on and were available in Titanic's era that are available still today. So you have Coca-Cola. Well, it's not directly related to the Titanic. Coca-Cola was gaining popularity in the early 1900s and likely very present of mind for those American travelers. The RMS White Star line itself, the parent company, is no longer around, but its legacy has influenced all those modern cruise liners today. Perfume and fine goods, of course. While specific brands have faded, the luxury goods market has thrived. So, what type of tactics did people use at that time to promote for that elegant type of consumer? So there was printed advertising, so brochures and newspapers showcase the Titanic itself as a floating palace, using illustrations and really detailing the descriptions of how it appealed to the high society. Word of mouth. So because this was such a unique ship, it really did have those people tantalizingly talking about it, being exclusive on the Titanic and the buzz from the elites around it. And then the experiential marketing itself. So the ship itself was a showcase with every detail designed to impress its passengers and to inspire real loyalty to come back and reuse the ships of the White Star Line. But what can we learn about this time period and about some principles used? So for the Titanic, it was know your audience. It was a White Star Line catered to the wealthy, discerned clientele, and offering luxury and exclusivity. Now, the other item was it was about creating an experience. The ship's design and the amenities really embodied the aspiration of the era. People wanted to be there. They didn't want to be in third class. They wanted to be first class, be seen, be heard, be talked about, everyone to know they were on it. But as always, you need to, a key learning lesson is also to be aware of overpromising. The Titanic's unsinkable reputation became that tragic irony, demonstrating the risk of exaggerated claims where you can't control all elements. It's interesting to think about the Titanic and how print advertising and word of mouth, and potentially a bit of radio as well, were how it was really pushed and promoted at that time, which is very different to what we'll do now. And that it became such a symbol for those elites to be there and all the luxurious pieces that were included on that ship. Being able to look back at some of the things that they say they had, like the French a la carte restaurants, the Turkish baths, the fantastic elevators, it really would have been an experience to then go through from seeing it in the marketing materials to then seeing it in real life. And of course, there's the legacy as well that's come out of the Titanic too. Thank you for listening to this podcast on some of the marketing pieces from the Titanic. Please follow to listen to more podcasts in the future. More to marketing.